Good morning, everyone. Now I gotta put gloves on today. It's a cold morning. Look at the fog. Here, that's fall time. Now, I'm not sure our pumpkins are gonna make it. I've had all kinds of children here, grandchildren. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cute? Oh, look. They're molding inside. This looks kind of really creepy. Maddie, you need help down again? Come on, you can make it. Not sure what's going on with her. Well, probably the same as me. Oh, here's some chickens waiting. I collected all kinds of things yesterday from the garden. That's the leftovers of my okra. But it didn't quite frost last night, which is good. So we still have plants still trying to give me a little bit more. And thank you. You've given me a great yield this year. Yes. Wonderful. There are some things being affected by the frost. Here's a mullein. I just picked everything just in time. Thanks to a homesteading group that I'm in, part of. One of the ladies there mentioned, hey, it could freeze. I'm going, oh, thank you. Because the info that I had said no. I'm going, no, I'm not taking any chances. Oh, no. Worked too hard in my garden to have it all go to frost. Yep. So that's what I did. All right, over to the barn. Chapter 10. I'm done with chapter 9. Raising kids. Ugh, dear me. I can't tell anyone what to do. People are going to do what they're going to do. And maybe to finish that up in chapter 10. Good morning, everyone. Oh, piggies can't get out. Good. Is that one is often, well, if you want to better your life, blah, 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 be more happy, I don't know what. You have to give up all these things, right? And I say, well, it's not about giving up things. You know, that should then, New Year's resolutions, yeah, right. It's about enriching your life with something more. That then certain things that you quite well already know aren't quite going right in your life, isn't what you want to do, really, is just whatever, but yet still, the desire for that, for certain things, not making us happy. If you enrich your life with God as your center, absolute center, with no one else and nothing else above it. Okay, don't start falling again now. I'm coming. Yes. Dear me, alrighty then. Is what you enrich your life with something or someone, the most important someone, which is our Father, our parent in heaven, then the desire for all this other stuff suddenly falls away. It isn't about having to give it up. You don't want it anymore. Okay, buddy, easy. Sheesh. Hey. That's a one-track mind for food. While he was starved. For a long time. When we got him, he was skin and bones. Unbelievable that someone would let an animal get into that shape. Unbelievable. Oh, easy, boy. There. I'm old. It's a hard time moving around. Okay. So, that's what I raising children. Our own children as parents. Heavenly Parent, Heavenly Father, raising us down here as children. Down. Here on earth, as it is in heaven. Yes. Yeah. So you don't have to give anything up before. Just whatever. Start that relationship. Centered on that one heart. God's heart. And then it just happens. Suddenly you don't crave this anymore. You won't crave that anymore. Your virtues and morals become stabilized on what is right. Right? Yes? It happens that way. I said that this morning in a video. Give it a try. Start reading the Bible, the Divine Principle. Keep the 10 Commandments handy, ready, look at. Okay, did I do good? The Lord's Prayer every day until it becomes part of you. And give that a try. Because as long as you don't, you can't tell me I'm either right or wrong. Right? You have to experience that on your own. Yes. Chapter 10. Part 1. And I already started with that now. Happiness. Yes. How is happiness attained? We can be here. I heard that this morning as well. It's a very good sermon. Happiness. How do you attain happiness? And then it's all the stuff that you're being told. Maddie, he's cold, isn't it? She's sitting in the hay. But when it comes down to it, where are the examples? Where are the examples of true happiness? And does it last? It's a very easy thing for me to talk about all that. Because, number one, where I was born. Number two, how I grew up. Number three, with whom I grew up. Number four, some of the choices that I made. Number five, where I ended up living as an adult. Number six, then the choices again that I made. Number seven, an amazing meeting that I was able to be a part of. Several of them, which goes back a little bit as well to my childhood. Number 8. Number 8, self-preservation. Number 9, acknowledging my path in life, committing to it, with the gifts given to me by God. And number 10, the realization when it comes to the heart of heaven is absoluteness. Happiness cannot just be attained, but absolute happiness can be attained. Yeah. Okay. Now, so that of course goes, that means, got it all. You got it all? Okay, I got to put some of this on these guys' hooves. I don't know if he'll let me. No, we're not going out yet, but can I, Jess? Because you've got a crap going too. Come on now. Yeah, good boy, thank you. It's amazing to me that even though he does not, he's one that he'll let you know. Don't get close to me while I'm eating. This one's not much better, but he moves so much slower than that other one. But in a way, they know you're just helping me. I know, you're just helping me. Oh, your hoof's hot. Ah. Still working on that hoof. It's better, much better, but there needs to be more done there. Okay. Hey. Can't stay clean in the barn. It's not going to happen. Huh? Right? Oh, hey. Booze cold. Absolute happiness. Absolute happiness doesn't come with a perfect lifestyle. I can tell you that right now. I have to leave this here so I do not forget it. Okay, now I've got to check the hay. There's some hay that two of them can't have. This one looks all right. I've put enough out there now. It's getting cold. There's not much for them out there anymore. Well, really, when it comes down to it, yes, there is. But oh, you're ready, aren't you? Okay, come on. Now, easy, easy, easy. Good boy. I just swept the floor really well, which this is a concrete floor, so make sure they don't slip. Go easy. Oh, okay. That's the other foot. You worry. Oh, so do I have absolute happiness with the worry of that one old timer we got here? Well, yeah. because I've cared for so long for this horse. Gosh, let's see, 16 years now. Might be even longer than that. And he was already over 20 when we got him. And to see the shape that he was in when he first came to us was, again, too, pretty shortly after we got him, he started to have problems with his feet. And we were told that it's calcium deposits, and most likely that's not going to go away, blah, 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 this and that. And he was limping bad. I mean, to the point where he would get barn sour, didn't want to go out. Had to give him some medication. Bute. It's a heavy-duty painkiller for horses. And that's not necessarily good for their stomach. So I thought, well, I used... Thought one of the horses got in with the pigs. Started to use St. John's wort and comfrey on his legs. Rubbed the one in first, then the other one, and I did that religiously. And he got better. Suddenly he got better. Didn't need the medication anymore. That was many years ago now. And now, of course, at his age, you've got to expect some little arthritis going. That's like for people when they get older, for one reason or another, they're expecting to still be 20 years old, have the body of a 20-year-old, right? Yeah, that's not going to happen. So happiness isn't about having everything at a 100% perfect state according to your desires, right, throughout all your life. Or that every choice that you make is perfectly perfect, has to be perfectly perfect for you then to attain that super happiness, right? You see, I didn't say absolute happiness. Super happiness. Yes. And more often than not, when people are told they're having a problem, instead of looking at, okay, do I? Is that actually true? Or am I being sucked into something again here now where someone says something about my life I know better than anybody else that they think they know better about? They. Now, who do you think in your life, really truly when it comes down to it, and I'm not going to discuss the existence of God, yes or no, it is a 100% yes. And if you look a little bit around you, that's the one point I have to say here, then one knows, okay? Now again, ask your conscience, does God exist, yes or no? Yes. What a question, of course. So, but everyone has to come to that question and then the answer on their own as well. Okay, right? Right? Yes, I can sit from my point of view where I'm at, I know myself the best. Absolutely, 100% do I know myself the best. I know what I've done. What did I mention before? All the 10 points, right? And so the other person, the other entity, okay, in your life, 100%, that knows you best, with you together, of course, is your heavenly parent. Right there. Well, but that's just, a spirit somewhere out in the cosmos. So then we have a lot of guidance that we got from that invisible Father, Creator, Parent. Lots of guidance. Happiness starts to disappear from people's lives, or it becomes so difficult in a way to uncover. It's to uncover it. Your happiness is all there. It is there. You do not have to create it. Okay, it is there. You grow it to absoluteness, absolutely, but it is there. But due to the fact that we let others decide for us, others take the lead, the reins when it comes to our own self. Oh, you know better what's going on within me, around me, what I create, according to the 10 points I mentioned before. Who's been leading your life? You. Sitting on one of our horses here. All right, let's see. Well, you can't sit on Bo anymore. And even if you did, he'd still take the weight, just step it. He'll surprise you. And you'll end up underneath him rather than, right? Yeah. So even with an old horse, our old timer here, lawn ornament, you need to lead him. You need to lead him. He's not going to lead you. He's going to do, according to the principles of creation, exactly what he wants to do. Or, per se, has been taught by others. Okay? Which might not have a good outcome. The other two? Yeah, I mean, one can put a beginner on there, someone that has never ridden a horse, and then you have to lead them as well. I would never allow a person to just sit on a horse here of ours. Children have to wear a helmet, and not give them some kind of a lead. You're going to let a horse, it's just going to get up on a horse just with no reins, no nothing, and some people could do that, but they're very experienced riders, and then still the horse is led. But would you? Would you let a horse that could go run wild on you lead you without any kind of direction given to the horse? Would you? Yet you're letting other people do that to you. Oh, does it make sense? If you really think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Right? Who's supposed to lead your life? Even as a child. As a child, parents, again, besides that, as a baby, you need this 100 absoluteness, absolute care in order to survive. You do. If one of the few necessary essentials as a baby, when you can't walk, you can't talk, you can't eat by yourself, you don't have shelter, a baby will die if left alone. It will die. Okay? It needs some care until a certain age, and then the child suddenly then doesn't need all that guidance anymore, constantly drilled into them. They start to take care of their own, start doing things on their own. It's a very beautiful example on how that works. And it works, working towards happiness. Same thing. Even if the beginning of your childhood or the beginning of your life hasn't been perfect or whatever, eventually you're the one who's leading that life. The 10 points that I mentioned. Yes. And then it just depends. Do you know yourself the best? Do you? Are you taking the lead in your life? Or are you continuously and constantly letting others tell you how you should live your life? Or what you should abstain from? Or sustain from? Or what your problems are? Yeah, when one does not want to face their own self. It is nice to have others tell you about that. Oh yeah, yeah. And then automatically the excuse comes as well. Yeah, but since it is, there it is. That's the, right? That's the weird thing that happens too with people. Though you're being told, okay, so you don't know, okay, so let me tell you. And you go, yeah, but they don't change anything. You know why? They don't do anything about it. They don't change anything about it. And if they do, it lasts for a very short amount of time, because now you also have the excuse. In a way, your conscience tells you, your original mind tells you, connected to a parent in heaven, you know exactly what you need to do. But now, because someone else told you maybe a completely different thing, this, that, but hey, it still sounds good, but you know yourself best. Now you got an excuse to not do it. It doesn't matter either way. Right? Yes. So, that's the beginning of absolute happiness in your life, regardless where you were born, regardless as what you were born, regardless on how your childhood went, and then into adulthood, you got the absolute freedom of will to create together with the heart of God, the principles of creation and the principles of love, your absolute happiness. All right? That's chapter 10. Part 1. Absolute happiness and the beginning of it. And the beginning of it is, now I'm telling you, right? No, I'm just laying out the schematics. I'm laying out the maze, right? Now you got to find your own way through that maze. Yes. And you'd be amazed. You will be amazed when you start that journey. And of course, that journey leads you to only one place. But the closer you get, the more amazing life on earth gets as well. Because that is the most important thing here. Not all the other stuff that's going on out there. The most important thing to attain absolute happiness is that path towards God's heart in heaven. Yes? All right. I'm going to leave you with that today. God's love and blessings always. Now, we'll talk to you another time. I gotta go my glove off. I can't already turn this off.